fourth quarter breakdown, Sooners retake the lead 45-38 in the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl stadium was packed with different shades of red as fans flocked to Pasadena to watch the Georgia Bulldogs and the Oklahoma Sooners battle for a spot in the national championship. The Sooners won the coin toss and decided to defer, giving the Bulldogs the ball at their own 25-yard line. Immediately, freshman quarterback Jake Fromm completed his first pass, moving the chains to the Georgia 49-yard line. After 2 failed passes and a 3-yard run, the Bulldogs were forced to punt. On Ho's first possession, Rodney Anderson didn't gain a single yard after being stopped at the line of scrimmage. Baker Mayfield completed a pass to Dimitri Flowers to move the chains. Immediately, Mayfield fired another bullet to Flowers. Next, a pass to Mark Andrews was caught for an 8-yard gain and Georgia was called for a face mask, which resulted in a 15-yard penalty. Anderson ran for another 2 yards before Mayfield threw a 13-yard touchdown pass to Marquise Brown. After each team's first series, Ho led 7-0. Although the Sooners' offense was running on all cylinders, the Ho defense struggled to stop the dual threat of strong running backs and freshman quarterback Jake Fromm on Georgia's offense. Immediately after the kickoff, Georgia gained 25 yards with a run from running back Nick Chubb. Chubb ran for another yard before Sony Michel ran for 20 yards. Jake Fromm passed a few short passes to set Georgia up at the 10-yard line. A pass to a wide-open Sony Michel tied the game at 7-7. Baker Mayfield kicked things off with a pass to Marquise Brown, who earned 9 yards after the catch. Running back Rodney Anderson ran for another 3 yards, earning Ho another first down. Following an incomplete pass, Anderson was given the ball again, found a hole and ran for 45 yards. Immediately after the long run, Anderson was given the ball again for 9 yards to the 9-yard line. The Sooners went back to the run again, as Anderson carried for 9 yards for the score. At that point, the Sooners led the Bulldogs 14-7. On their next possession, Georgia relied on running back Nick Chubb, who ran on several carries. Jake Fromm was able to throw down the field, but completed a 2-yard pass under pressure that was short of the first down. On a 4th down, Georgia attempted a 48-yard field goal, that missed. The Sooners were given the ball at the 31-yard line and were only able to move it a short distance before the end of the first quarter. The quarter ended with the Sooners leading the Bulldogs 14-7. Just a few plays into the second quarter, Mayfield gave the ball to Rodney Anderson, who ran for 41 yards to the end zone. The Sooners led 21-7. On the first play of Georgia's next possession, Sony Michel ran 75 yards to put the Bulldogs back on the board. The score stood at 21-14. When the Sooners got the ball back, Baker Mayfield threw a 29-yard pass to Mark Andrews to move the chains. Next, Rodney Anderson ran the ball for a gain of 5 yards, followed by another run for 2 yards. On that play, Anderson was shaken up as he was tackled by multiple defenders. On 3rd down at the Georgia 39-yard line, Mayfield kept the ball and ran for 10 yards and a first down. Mayfield threw a pair of incomplete passes to CeeDee Lamb. On 3rd down, Mayfield was under pressure and dumped off a quick pass to Lamb for 14 yards and a first down. With Anderson still out, freshman Trey Sermon stepped into the game as a running back. With 7 yards to go from the 12-yard line, Mayfield was tangled up and sacked. Despite a 9-yard loss on the play, kicker Austin Seibert was able to end the drive with a 38-yard field goal. The Sooners led 24-14. Georgia's Mecole Hardman ran the ball out of the end zone for more than 30 yards, but an illegal block moved ball back to the 20. A pass quickly gained the Bulldogs another first down before DeAndre Swift ran for a 2-yard gain. As the defense blitzed, Fromm quickly threw a pass but it was broken up and ruled incomplete. On 3rd down, Fromm's pass to Sony Michel was dropped, making it 4th down. Following the punt, the Sooners got the ball back at their own 42-yard line. Rodney Anderson went back in the game and earned 7 yards. On the next play, Baker Mayfield was tripped up in the backfield and lost 9 yards. Mayfield completed a pass to Marquise Brown, but it was short of the first down marker. Austin Seibert's punt went 49 yards and bounced out of bounds at the 2-yard line, pinning the Bulldogs deep in their own territory. On the first play, a hole opened up and a running back made it almost to midfield before being tackled. On the next play, Ho's Stephen Parker sacked Jake Fromm. After an incomplete pass, Fromm threw a pass to Sony Michel, but it was short of the first down marker. On the Sooners' first drive, Trey Sermon avoided tackles and gained 31 yards. Rodney Anderson was held to just 1 yard before an incomplete pass by Baker Mayfield. On 3rd down and 9 from the 42-yard line, Mayfield threw a pass to Marquise Brown, who gained 25 yards on the play. CeeDee Lamb caught the next pass, putting the Sooners at the 7-yard line. After a gain of just 3 yards on the play, the Sooners were inches short of the first down. Mayfield kept the football and gained the first down at the 2-yard line. After taking 2 timeouts, Georgia stopped Dimitri Flowers for a loss of 4 yards. On a trick play, CeeDee Lamb was running a reverse when he threw a 2-yard touchdown pass to Baker Mayfield. The Sooners went up 31-14. A mistake on the kickoff ended up giving the Georgia Bulldogs excellent field position. With 1 second left on the clock, Rodrigo Blankenship kicked a 55-yard field goal to end the quarter. At the end of the half, HWO led 31-17. It started off as the tale of two halves. Throughout the third quarter, HWO's defense struggled to find a way to stop Georgia's running game. At the same time, HWO's offense couldn't seem to find its rhythm and struggled to move the ball. To start off the second half, the Sooners were the first to receive the ball. Anderson was the first to kick things off with a gain of 3 yards. On the next play, Baker Mayfield kept the ball but lost 2 yards, bringing up 3rd and 9. A pass to Marquise Brown was short by 1 yard of the first down. Following the punt and a run, Georgia's offense got the ball. On the first play from scrimmage, Nick Chubb ran 50 yards to the end zone for the first score of the second half. At that point, HWO led 31-24. Georgia's scoring drive appeared to swing momentum in the Bulldogs' favor as the defense was staunch as ever. CeeDee Lamb gained 6 yards on a pass, bringing up 3rd down and 3. Mayfield was sacked in the backfield and the Sooners went 3 and out on their second possession. Sony Michel got the ball and ran for 2 yards and 3 yards before being stopped by the Sooners' defense. On 3rd down, DeAndre Swift got the ball close to the first down marker but was several inches short. On the punt, HWO's CeeDee Lamb stepped away from the ball, and it was downed on the Sooners' 1-yard line. After a 3 and out by the Bulldogs, the Sooner offense got another shot to get the ball rolling. HWO running back Rodney Anderson made it 3 yards before being tackled at the 5-yard line. On the next play, Baker Mayfield kept the ball and ran for 8 yards and a first down. It marked the team's first down in the second half. After that, Mayfield threw an incomplete pass and then kept the ball for a short gain. Anderson was able to break free and run for 25 yards to the 38-yard line. On the next play, Mayfield hesitated and was sacked in the backfield. Then, the offensive line failed to stop a defender and Mayfield was sacked for a second time in 2 plays. An incomplete pass ended HWO's drive. On the next series, Jake Fromm was able to complete an 11-yard pass for the first down. The next play, Kenneth Murray stopped a run for a loss of 1 yard. On the next play, Fromm threw a bullet downfield to Javon Wims. Sony Michel was able to add 3 yards to that play, bringing the ball to the 38-yard line. After being pressured by the defense, Fromm threw away the ball. The next play, Sony Michel took the ball 38 yards for the touchdown to tie up the game at 31 points apiece. After starting off the play with no gain, Mayfield pass to Marquise Brown was incomplete to end the third quarter. On the first play of the fourth quarter, Baker Mayfield's pass was intercepted by Dominic Sanders. Sanders was able to run the ball back to the 4-yard line for the Bulldogs. After a couple of plays, Fromm threw a 4-yard touchdown pass to Javon Wims. For the first time in the game, Georgia led the Sooners 38-31. On HWO's next possession, the struggle continued for the offense. On the first 2 plays, Marquise Brown gained just 1 yard and Rodney Anderson gained 3 yards to set up third down. Mayfield's next pass went for 4 yards, a couple of yards short of the first down, and HWO was called for offensive holding. For Georgia, Nick Chubb gained 3 yards on the Bulldogs' next possession, followed by a 3-yard pass completion to Wims. As he was being pressured, Jake Fromm was sacked for a loss of 11 yards to end the drive. On the first play from the Oklahoma 12-yard line, Rodney Anderson ran for 15 yards and a first down. 2 plays later, Baker Mayfield threw a 36-yard pass to CeeDee Lamb to move the ball downfield for the first time in the fourth quarter. Mayfield kept the football for a gain of 22 yards before handing the ball off to Anderson for a gain of 3 yards. Mayfield threw a touchdown pass 11 yards to Dimitri Flowers to tie the game at 38-38. During the next series, Georgia's first run by Sony Michel went for 5 yards. The next play, Fromm's pass to Mecole Hardman was complete for a first down at the 45-yard line. The Sooner defense responded by stopping Chubb after just 1 yard. The next play, the tide appeared to have turned when Caleb Cali caused Sony Michel to fumble the football. The football was recovered by Stephen Parker for a touchdown, giving the Sooners back the lead 45-38.